Hello and welcome back to Revit for Construction Managers. In this tutorial, we're going to focus in on foundations and creating foundation plans, a 3D foundation view, and also then create a schedule or a foundation takeoff. Okay, so this is very useful for construction manager on site because you arrive on site and the first thing that you want to do is you want to clear your site and set out your foundations and start pulling the foundations. But you've been given a model that doesn't have, say, a foundation view. So if you look here, we don't have a foundation view. We have our 3D view, and then we have our ground floor plan, our first floor plan, and our site plan. Okay, but what I do know is that when I go in and look at my sections, I do have a top of foundation. I do have ground floor. So I do have a number of levels set up. So I should be able to create a foundation plan relatively easily. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is I need to go to my ground floor plan, and I want to create a new view. So in order to do this, what I do is I go to view, then I go to plan views. I'm going to go to, it asks us, so I could go for structural plan, floor plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on structural plan. I'm going to go top of founds, so you can see it there, top of foundation, and click OK. And what should happen here is, up here, a structural plan has been set up for me. Now, what I could do, and I'm just going to delete that one there. What I could do is I could have gone into floor plan and created floor plan and then just use top of founds there, and it would come in under my floor plan. Now when we see it here, you can see that these are my foundations. Now from here, I can go into annotate, I can go to align dimension, and I can click on for thickness of foundations, or if I wanted to go on and take further dimensions, go annotate, and take dimensions to particular points. Depending on where I wanted to take the dimensions to, and I could bring those out like so. Okay, and then I can do the same on the far side. So this here is my plan, and I have it set up for my foundations. Okay, so this is my foundation floor plan. So it shows my pads, it shows my strip foundation, and it also shows my columns sitting in position. Okay, so that's great, and I'm able to work away on this now because I have my foundation plan. Now if I go back to my 3D view though, I'm unsure, I can't really see them unless I go in underneath. Can I see my foundations? So what I want to do here is I want to create a view with just my foundations. So the way I go about doing this is I right click on my view and I click on duplicate view. And in my duplicate view, I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to call it found view, meaning foundation. And then in here, I'm going to go to visibility and graphics, and I'm going to just click them all off. Let me just click on this here. All. And I click off that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to structural foundation. So I've clicked them all off. And I go into structural foundation, and I'm going to click, before I do that, I go none, click on structural foundation, and then I can go apply and OK, and that should just show my structural foundation. Okay, so you can see here that now I can start to look at it in the same view as I'm seeing it in my top of foundation plan. So there's my top of foundation plan, and then I can go to my found view and I can start to get an idea as to where there's thickenings. I can look at different elements of it And it gives me a very good idea as to how my foundations are to go in and how they're going to be poured. Okay, so that's the second part of my foundation. And now what I want to do is I want to focus in on my creating a schedule or a foundation takeoff. So in order to do this, I go to View, I go to Schedules, and then I'll go to Material Takeoff. And in Material Takeoff, I look for Structural Foundations. Click OK, and then it asks me to bring across the units that I want to go across. So the first thing that I'm going to bring across is Material Volume, Material Description, and then I'm going to move up along here and go Assembly Description, Concrete Grade, Foundation Thickness, Family and Type, Family, Heel Length, and what I can do is I can push some of these up. This is very, very similar to when we completed our door schedule. If you haven't seen that video, you can look back on it. I could put in perimeter, I go to structural material, and I'll put in volume. Okay, so once I've created that, I can click OK, and then in my schedule, it's created this here. Okay, so under my foundations, you can see here, it's created wall foundation, bearing footing, 1200 by 300, wall foundation, concrete cast in place, C3520, volume 4.18 meters cubed, and then it's concrete 35 MPa. Okay, so now I've gone from a point where I didn't really have any information on my foundations, where I now have a floor plan, I have a foundation view, and I have a structural foundation takeoff. Now what I can do is I can move from here and then create a sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to create a sheet quickly, and this is probably getting a little bit ahead of what we have been doing to date, but I just want to show you how you can consolidate all this information. So if I go to groups, so I click on sheets, I'm going to click on new sheet, I'm going to go A1 metric, okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my found view. Okay, I'm going to change that to 1:200. Okay, so it's just a bit more manageable on the page. I'm going to go to my top of foundation plan. Again, I'm going to change this. I might leave that as it is because it's kind of important, so you can see there and there. And then what I can do is I can go my structural foundation takeoff. Okay, so the sheet isn't big enough for what I want to do with it here, so I will leave that off just for the moment. But you can see there on my sheet, you'll end up with a foundation view in plan and then a 3D view. If I wanted to change that back, I could change that to my 1:100 and then just move this to suit. And you can see there that you're going to have one overlapping onto the other. I could just grab this and bring it over and just move these around to suit. And you can see there, starting to make a bit more sense there. Okay, so that there is something that I'll do as a complete video, but it's just said I just do it very quickly there because it consolidates all that information that we've used. Okay, hope this is of some help. And just to recap, we've created a top of foundations. We've created a foundation view by going to visibility and graphics and turning everything off but my foundations. And then we've gone to structural material takeoff, and we've done that by going into view and going to schedules and material takeoff. Okay, I hope this is of some help, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and to look at some of the other videos we've created for Revit for construction managers. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.